Good day everyone. So today we're going to be learning how to draft the skirt block. So for the course of this class, the first thing we'll be doing is we'll be measuring our 3 centimeter horizontally and vertically. So you connect those lines together. Now, for the skirt pattern, the measurements you'll be needing your hip measurement, your waist measurement, your waist to hip measurement, and your skirt length. I'll go again. You'll be needing your hip measurement, your waist measurement, your waist to hip measurement, and your skirt length. Now, for this class, my skirt length will be, I'll be using 60 centimeter for my skirt length. 60 centimeter. And here, I also measure 60 centimeter. So I'll be connecting these lines together and just extending this. Now, for this class, my hip measurement, I'll be using 80 centimeter. Now, 80 centimeter and the ease, our ease allowance for this class is 3 centimeter. Now, 80 centimeter plus 3, that's 83 centimeter. 83 centimeter, whatever it gives you, you're going to divide it by 2. 83 centimeter divided by 2. And for me, 83 centimeter divided by 2 is 41.5. 83 centimeter divided by 2 is 41.5. So I'm going to measure 41.5. 41.5. 41.5. 41.5. And I'm going to join these lines together. I repeat, to get the wideness of your block, you'll be using your hip measurement plus 3 centimeter allowance. My hip measurement, I said, is 80 plus 3 centimeter is allowance, that is 83 centimeter. 83 centimeter, I'm going to divide it by 2, gave me 41.5 centimeter. So the wideness of my skirt block is 41.5 centimeter. Now the next thing I need to do is to get the midpoint of my 41.5 centimeter. So now this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. So I'm going to connect these lines together. Now I'm going to label my pattern. This will be my center front, CF. This will be my center back, CB. And this will be my side seam, SS. Now the next thing we need to do is to get our top hip length and our hip line length. So I said when we were doing measurement class that to get the top hip, the standard measurement for top hip is 12.5 centimeter. So from the top of your pattern, you measure 12.5 centimeter, you measure 12.5 centimeter, you measure 12.5 centimeter, and you connect it together. Now this is your top hip line. Also, your hip line, you also measure it. For me, my hip line is 24 centimeter. So I'm going to measure 24 centimeter, 24 centimeter, 24 centimeter. So I'm going to connect these lines together. So this serves as our top hip line. This serves as our hip line. Now the next thing we want to do is to locate our waist. Now to locate our waist, we need to calculate our suppression. And how do we calculate that? You need to get your block width measurement. And for me, my block width measurement is 41.5 centimeter. And also you need to get your waist measurement. My waist is 68 centimeter. So 68 divided by 2 is going to give me 34 centimeter. So this is my waist, 34 centimeter. So the next thing I need to do, I need to deduct 34 centimeter from 41.5 centimeter. So 41.5 minus 34 centimeter is going to give me 7.5 centimeter. Now from this, we have a particular percentage. 60% of this 7.5 centimeter, 60% goes to the side seam, while the remaining 40% goes to the front and back. Now we need to get our suppression. I already told you how we got this 7.5 centimeter, which is our block width minus our waist divided by 2. Whatever it gives you is your suppression. Now for this value, for me, my suppression is 7.5 centimeter. So for this value, the 60% of this value is allocated to the front and the back dart, while 40% of this value is allocated to the side seam. Now to get my suppression, I need to do 60 divided by 100 times 7.5 and 40 divided by 100 times 7.5. So 60 divided by 100, which is also essentially 60%, multiplied by 7.5. This is giving me 4.5. Now 40% multiplied by 7.5. This is giving me 3. So for the side value, I have 3. For the side seam, I have 3 centimeter, and for the front and back, I have 4.5 centimeter. Now, mind you, there is a constant, and this constant, initially I'm supposed to divide this 4.5 for the front and for the back. 4.5 divided by 2, which is 2.25. But the back dart is always 1 centimeter bigger than the front dart. So it means that the back dart will be 3.25, while the front dart will be 1.25. So 3.25 plus 1.25 will give you 4.5. So therefore, the side seam value is 3. The front dart value is 1.25, while the back dart value is 3.25. If you don't get this part, please go over it again. It's very easy to get. So the back dart is always 1 centimeter bigger than the front dart. So whatever value that you get from the front and the back, so whatever value you get from the 60% of the front and the back, you add extra one to the back. That is, you are taking 1 centimeter from the front and adding it to the back. Hence the reason why we have 3.25 for the back dart and 1.25 for the front dart. Now to allocate this, for the side seam we have 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5 centimeter. So at this part here, you are coming up by 1 centimeter. So you are coming in by 1.5 centimeter here. You're also coming in by 1.5 centimeter here. Now we are connecting this with dotted lines. You're also connecting this with dotted lines to the hip line You're connecting it with dotted lines. Now, to get where you'll be placing your dart. To calculate where we are going to be placing our dart, the distance from here to here, I have 19. For my home, for the front I have 19 centimeter. For the back, I also have 19 centimeter. Now, to get the difference where you be placing your dart, you are going to do that 19 centimeter divided by 3. 19 centimeter divided by 3. So I have 6.3. So from here, I'll measure out 6.3. I also measure out 6.3. Also for the back, you do the same. Measure out 6.3. You also measure out 6.3. Now, mind you, at this point of your new waistline where you shaped, you come up by 1.5 centimeter on both the front and the back, and you just raise it. Raise it with a straight line. Now this new line that you've gotten, just connect it with a slight curve to your center front and your center back waistline. And your dart line, you raise them. Now, to get the point where you put your dart, the side that is closer to the center front and the center back is where we are going to be allocating our dart. Now, for the back dart, we have 3.25 centimeter. So you are going to get 3.25 and get the midpoint of it. This is 3.25. You get the midpoint of it. So and you're also coming down here with the slight curve. And for this, you also for the front we have 1.25. So 1.25, get the midpoint of it, and so the length of your front dart is 13 centimeter, while the length of your back dart is 14 centimeter. So you're connecting now. The next thing you need to do is to shape. You will shape from this new, because this will serve as your new waistline. So from this new waistline, you will shape your waist. So this is our skirt pattern. Now we're done with the skirt pattern. So at any point, if you want to, let's say you want to make a pencil skirt, you can just come in by whatever centimeter, how much you want it to be pencil, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, just come in, and from your hip line, you connect the lines together. So we're going to cut out our skirt pattern now. So after cutting out your pattern, you should have something like this. So this is the this is the center front, this is the side seam, this is the center back, this is the side seam. So when sewing, you connect these lines together. So how you want to cut, you cut this on fold. The center front should be cut on fold. Mind you, I said you need to always label your pattern properly. So center front to be on fold. While for the back, you will cut 2 for the zip allowance and slip. So that is that about the skirt block. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Make sure you also do your assignment. Have a nice day.